And while we're still in the navbar, let's also set up the logout functionality. In this case, though, we do need to start in user slice, and we need to set up another reducer. Now, as far as the logic, let's think about it. In our application, what are the two places where we have the user when we log in or register? That is the Redux store, correct? So initially it's null, and then once we register or log in, we set this equal to whatever we're getting back from the API. And the second place is in the local storage. So we save it there as well. And then every time, let's say we refresh the page or user comes back to application, we set it from the scratch. So as far as the logout, it's actually very straightforward. We simply want to go with state user equals to null. And since we already have the sidebar, we might as well also set it equal to false. And also we want to remove the user from the local storage, a function we already created before. Then we want to export logout user. In the navbar, we want to import that. And where we have the button in the dropdown, instead of logging, let's go with dispatch and logout user. And in the next video, we'll restrict access. So we'll set up protected route for the dashboard. And once we do that, the moment we log out, we also navigate away from the dashboard. And if you're wondering how is that going to look like, I'm going to go to complete application. I'll purposely showcase at least the store. And you'll see that the moment we click on logout, check it out. Now the user actually is null and we navigate away. So let's set this one up. First, I want to go to user slice. We'll find the actual slice where we're creating. I think I already scrolled too much. I'm looking for the reducers. We want to set up the logout one. So in this case, I'm going to say logout user. And this is going to be equal to a function, not an object. My apologies. And then, like I said, as far as the logic, state user is back to null. Then the state sidebar. Also, let's set it back to the default. And when it comes to the user, let's invoke remove user from the local storage, which again is something we already imported here at the top. So let's complete this where I'm going to go with state, then, and as a note, then pass in the state as a parameter. That's why nothing is showing there. So state is sidebar open. Let's set it back to false, just in case it has been changed. And then let's go with remove user from the local storage. We want to export that, of course. So in here, let's say logout user, and then back in the navbar, we want to invoke it. So let's say here logout user. We have the dispatch here already, and we just need to change this log to a dispatch. And as I said, actually, I do need to pass in here the function. So let's go with dispatch, and let's say that we want to invoke logout user. For now, we're not going to navigate away from the dashboard, but at least we should see user equal to null in our Redux store and also in the local storage. So let's try this one out. We can toggle right now, drop down, and notice once we click on logout, there is no user. And don't worry if the UI breaks. I mean, we will navigate away from this page anyway. And let's also check out the application, local storage, and notice there's nothing there. And with this in place, we have completed the entire navbar, including the functionality.